I did a lot of inquiry about health, and globalization has been not only ruining the people and the nations, but they're also putting our health in big danger with health politics, with the laboratories, with the vaccination.
I must say some of this stuff does shock me. I must say. I mean, two little personal examples. I mean, one, I had a relation that died last year, and she wasn't very old, and it turned out that she'd been on antidepressants for 41 years. Her husband didn't know, but she'd had a baby and suffered a bit of postnatal depression, very common that women do, and so the doctor, and she'd been on them for 41 years. And I used to think that one of the biggest threats to our society was illegal drugs. Now I think it's legal drugs. So I have a lot of sympathy with this.
They take the antidepressant, and they when the patent is over, they take the same molecule, and they do things for your hair to grow, for your stomach pain, for anything. So a lot of people are under antidepressant.
It's very worrying. And today, here in Brussels, there's a little demonstration, very small demonstration going on, led by some British MEPs, but some others I think will join. And this is about e-cigarettes. Right now, nobody can argue smoking's good for you, right? That argument doesn't exist. You can argue that it's a free choice, and that people should be free to do it, provided it doesn't upset other people. But we've had this development over the last few years of e-cigarettes, and they're amazing, because they have no tar, no carcinogens, they're not heated, and they produce a water vapour that contains some nicotine in it, just like a cup of coffee, has some caffeine in it. So actually, in terms of smoking reduction or smoking cessation, if we think that's an achievement, if we think that's a desirable goal, this is the best thing that's ever happened. This is the best thing that's ever happened. It is the nearest substitute any smoker has got to smoking, and it's very successful. Now, because of your friends, the pharmaceutical lobby, who of course have been making a fortune out of selling anti-smoking drugs that don't work. And because of that, we're now going to get the European Commission, who are going to redefine e-cigarettes as medicines, put them through a huge, elaborate, expensive procedure, and demand that any taste is taken out of these things. So, I've been here 15 years, and I can tell you, as somebody that has worked as part of, a small cog in the European lawmaking process, that the biggest lobby in Brussels is the pharmaceutical industry. And I think its size is I share with you, very disturbing.
Yeah, but why don't the people move? Because everybody knows now, if you start inquiring a little, that they don't produce a medicine to cure disease. They produce disease to sell their medicine.
Well, most people don't inquire.